Hello, everyone. Welcome to another amazing episode of Inspired Action, where we dive into the most pressing leadership challenges and hope to inspire you to take a more coach-centered and people-focused approach to leadership. I'm your host, Kyle Pertuis, and it's time to get started with our three amazing guests for today. I'm curious, what's one personal trigger that you've learned to manage better as a leader over your career?
I think it is not feeling heard.
Mm,
If someone is not listening to me, um, uh, and not just in a business situation, but my husband will say, "Yep, that's exactly what it is." Not feeling heard, and it's kind of that all in listening, the kind of thing that we really focus on as coaches and those who are in this helping kind of businesses
yeah.
that we do. It's being not feeling heard.
What message do you feel like that sends to you? What's the message for people watching so they can resonate with this too? Because I think that's very common, right? I really do. What's the message that you take that to mean when you feel like you're not being heard?
That I don't matter,
Yeah,
that what I'm saying isn't important. And yeah, I can't put it any more simply than that. That's it.
yeah. Well, yeah, and I appreciate that. I mean, that's vulnerable to take it to that next level, but that's where the emotion is really charged, right? It's not that somebody's not listening to you. Half the time we couldn't care less if somebody's not listening to us. But when I don't feel heard and that's connected or attached to an emotion around I don't matter, that's deep,
Mhm.
right? And that's what triggers that. And then we, react accordingly. I love it. I love it. Thanks for sharing that. Portia, let's jump over to you. Same question. What's a trigger maybe you've learned to manage a little bit better throughout your career? Something that may charge you, may charge you still, that's fine. But what do you think?
I think that one of the biggest triggers that I've had to work through is not jumping in and trying to save the day. And
Mm-hmm.
as a coach, I know we all have that experience. And particularly, I really was present to this, Kyle, when I went through my IPEC training. And I know we went through the
Mm-hmm.
same coach training program, but if I perceive something as unjust, and specifically, if someone's like manipulating or something, even though I'm an introvert and an observer, that usually kind of triggers me to have a solution, come in and save the day from something unjust that's going on. But throughout, you know, going through coach training, working with clients over the last decade or so, I've realized that it's not always up to me to jump in and save the day. And sometimes there's a lesson going on. Sometimes there's some other awareness or experience that someone else needs to have um, in that situation. So I think that's perhaps my personal trigger.
Yeah, Super Portia is going to fly in and save everybody. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that's really, really, really a good one. Nelson, what would you add to the mix in here?
Really great topics from both of you. I would say managing my own expectations when things don't go
Yes.
as planned or as I expect, and it's this all or nothing thinking, and that leads to frustration and or abandonment of said project or said engagement with a person generally, and so I would say, yeah, it's being able to say this is okay too, and have that internal conversation as soon as possible, even before seeing results or having that moment where you're seeing some sort of expecting an outcome. And so that's taught me to be, I don't know, it's practice. It's a practice on self compassion, and being open to other opportunities, right? It's like things don't have to be this way. Then that means it's going to be another way, and that trust factor, I think, has to be applied. And
Yeah.
sometimes we don't have that reach for the trust, but again, coming back to the pausing, it's like, all right, let me take another look at this, or examine my own thinking, my own emotional tendency, or wanting to react.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that you said that. I was going to share it. Mine has been having expectations of others to execute or deliver in the exact same way that I would, without any kind of communication around it. Right. You know, it's like, oh yeah, you're going to do that. Cool. And then it's not done, or it's taken longer or whatever. And you're like, what, all you have to do is this. And other people, unless you have engaged that and communicated how you want something to be done, or you understand how they would approach it, it's so triggering to impose our expectations on other people, and them not have the same expectations. Right. And so really, you talk about learning to pause and dial that back and communicate at a different level. I think that that is huge. Well, you guys, that I know we could talk about this probably for at least another hour, and wish we had more time. I so appreciate you guys making time for joining us here on Inspired Action. We will be signing off for now, but please join us every Thursday at noon Central on LinkedIn, and just about any time on our YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us and connect with us. Have a great day. Thanks for watching. Well, that's a wrap for another edition of Inspired Action, the Leadership Forecast. We're so grateful for our guests today and the impact they're making with the work they do. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel to watch the longer version of this episode, and be sure to like, comment, connect with, and follow me and each of our guests. You'll find all of our links in the caption of this video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to tune in every Thursday at noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern for new episodes.